Hey, what's up? I'm Al Cox. I make games, play games, and everything in between. And today we're talking about getting people to playtest your game as fast as possible. On my last game, Color Swipey, getting people to playtest my game was something I did definitely later on when I had the full functioning game working in a way of going up to random people and watching them play. I realized I should have been watching and analyzing people playtest my game a lot early on. And here's why. The earlier you can see how people react to your game, the sooner you can make adjustments to alleviate any issues concerning understanding game mechanics, game objectives, trying to get a feel of what people are thinking. And I want to be clear here, no offense, don't get everybody to play your game. People who don't play games just are not good at playing games. I would always look for people and ask people like, hey, are you a casual gamer? Do you have games on your iPhone? And when you make games and do everything game related every day, your target audience is casual gamers. And so you want to watch them, see what they do, and you need to have your game ready. I handed my phone to someone the other day and I was like, playtest my game. The game wasn't even ready and you realize that there's no information for this player to understand what the hell is going on. They're not playtesting it, they're literally just looking at the phone. They don't know what to do. There's no information on the screen. After that happened, I went the next day and I just labeled all my levels. I connected them with the menu jumps. I wanted my game to be playable, and then I watch. I see what's going on. Everyone keeps getting stuck at the third level because apparently it's difficult. I don't know. I thought that shit was easy. The information you get from watching people play is priceless. You should be doing it all the time. And I want to be clear, most people who play your game, they're going to think they have the most brilliant idea ever. That's not the case. 1 out of 10 person will give you a suggestion and that will plant a seed, and then you can come up with that own idea yourself the next day. The point is great learning potential when you get people to play your game. It's tough because when you're making a game, you just kind of focus in on making the game and completing the game. But add this process into your game development skills, and then you'll be learning to cater to the casual mobile game players. In my case anyways. That's just my 2 cents of something I definitely learned last week when having somebody try to playtest my game and it wasn't ready. So now my game's ready. Now I hand it to people. I just watch and listen. So I wanted to go through some basic rules, concepts I think are super important when having people playtest your game. One, when you hand them the phone and then they ask, how do I play my game? You don't want to tell the player, if you have a complicated game and you're like, oh, you need to go through the O's and stay away from the squares. If you just say that to the person, then they know how to play the game and then they'll go through the O's and not the squares because that's what you told them. However, if you have no instructions at the beginning of your game, any kind of iconic information to explain that, then they will not know that. And you telling them that will not be there when someone downloads a game in LA, in Texas, or China, or Europe. You won't be there, so you need to just hand them the phone and be quiet. If you could watch them and the phone screen, great. I find it super important to just watch the player and look at how they are reacting to the game. Tell someone, look, I don't want to tell you how to play my game. I want to watch and learn and see what I can do to make it intuitive so that people just understand. Most people will understand that. If they're really playing the game, they're just going to stop listening to you and try to focus and figure out the game. I think this is the biggest step, and then be super open to feedback. Don't be so open that you take every person's feedback and you implement it into your game. I always listen to feedback. 9 out of 10 times, I'm just like, that is not what I am looking to do. However, 1 out of 10, roughly, they'll say something and I'm like, yeah, man, that's cool. Like, I didn't even think of that, or I thought about that, but the way you described it helps me visualize what I want in the game. So totally be open to discussion, because like this communication is where you can learn to make subtle improvements that will go a long way for many people. If one person can play your game and understand it without having to explain anything, then that probably means 1,000 people can do that. And if 1,000 people can do that, then 1,000,000 people can do that. Take it one person at a time. Try to play test your game as soon as possible and have it be part of your development process. Pay attention, take notes, and make a better game. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Until then, I will see you next time.